He's having problems with the game drive radio, but it sounds like Karula's just caught something. So I'm going to just try and get hold of her. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going on. I'm just hearing on the game drive radio. We've got sleeping lions here. It sounds like Karula's on the move. We'll just see what happens. Now, there's squirrels and there's impala alarming behind us. Quickly across to Jamie.
For those of you that are sensitive viewers, please turn away from your screens now. I'll tell you when it is safe for you to watch. Karula's just now pounced on a baby Inyala that she's managed to catch. She snuck up on it. It's still alive. It is still fighting and still kicking. But unfortunately, the poor little thing really doesn't stand a chance. Now look at this. Look at the behavior of the cub. It's coming in to try and help. Look, it's hissing at mom. It wants to try and help. And Karula knows. There we go, look at that. And she's left it. And this is how young leopard cubs learn. A very difficult sight for us to watch, especially where a little baby antelope is concerned. But it just goes to show the incredible power of Karula and how skilled she is as a huntress. 2 seconds ago, she was walking along this dry river bed. The next thing we knew, she'd caught something. And look at this, the cubs just killed it. Oh, no, it's still alive. And this is where it is going to get really difficult to watch, because this little leopard cub doesn't know exactly how to go about this whole process. The instinct is there, but the jaw strength and the technique is not. He's hissing now. I think he's hissing at his sister. This is the way that leopard cubs learn. It's very difficult to witness, though. It could well take him quite a long time to kill this baby Inyala, but it is how he's going to learn, and it is how he's going to master this technique. And what you're watching is such an incredibly important moment in these cubs' lives, and how fortunate are we to be able to share in it. Just doesn't quite know what to do. He hasn't mastered that stranglehold. The instinct is there, especially when the Inyala moves. And what you're seeing right now is the very first time we've seen Hosanna with a proper kill. Come on, boy. Use those instincts. Dispatch it quickly. That's it. That's what you need to do. Now he's dragging it up out of the way. That's also a very, very important instinctive technique to make sure that this kill is safe. I'm just going to go forward ever so slightly just so we can keep a view of him. Oh, hold on. He's still dragging it. He's taking it up onto the drainage line wall. His mom and his sister are just giving him the space to do what he needs to do. And hopefully that's it for the baby Inyala. And well done to Karula for providing for her cub. Both of her cubs. No, don't do that. Ah, he's just going round the other side. Now actually practicing hunting techniques as well, in terms of the way that he goes about pouncing on it. And all of this under the very close and watchful eye of Mom, who's keeping an eye on what he's doing. Oh, what an incredible series of events, from Karula catching this Inyala to the movement of Hosanna moving in and hissing at her, and the fact that she did just leave the Inyala to him. So she knows that this is something that he has to learn. I'm relatively certain that this Inyala is dead. I think he actually broke its neck as he pulled it up along with him into the drainage line wall. And it just goes to show the power of these animals, that at 9 months old, they are capable of killing something like an Inyala, even if it is a little one. Now what he's doing is he's basically like a cat with a mouse. He's playing with his food. And that's essential. It's the way in which they learn the weaknesses, the strengths of the bodies, where the neck is, how the legs work. It's all going to play a vital role when they're hunting and subsisting by themselves. And look how excited he is. That's an expression that some of you will be very familiar with. Those of you with cats, and even with dogs to an extent, when they get overexcited and they have that moment when they hunt something, that bright, hyper-excited expression in their eyes. I'm sure many of you will be familiar with that with your pets, with your cats when they play with something, particularly with cats. Oh, goodness. Not quite secure on your footing there, mister. Okay, Aubrey's just going to move in front of us. He did ask for if we would mind. And Jay Atkinson, you say he has learnt a pretty fast and well done Hosanna. He has, hasn't he? I'm just trying to think about the best way to go about this. I think we need to go up onto the drainage line itself. Let's just watch for a moment from here, see where he ends up. Oh, thank goodness this Inyala is no longer alive. At least he managed to kill it relatively quickly. But you're right, he has learned unbelievably fast. They both have. And this could easily have been Shungile in her brother's place, and probably has been at times when we haven't been around to witness it. And now as the older the cubs get, the more they move with their mother, and the more they have these opportunities to practice. That very typical leopard hold, we've seen them do it so many times in the past, putting the prey between their legs and then dragging it along the ground. Well done, Hosanna. And sorry to the little Inyala that I have a suspicion might have been that one that Brent saw in this area a couple of days ago. It's a very, very tiny baby. Only a few days old and unfortunately just not experienced enough in the ways of the world. Okay, I'm going to reposition. I'm going to go up onto this mound of soil. What a way to start off a day. That was not what I was expecting. I was expecting Karula to start moving her cubs away and off to somewhere different, away from the kill that she'd had. I did not expect her to grab an Inyala at that speed. We definitely know it was Karula that caught it. We're very fortunate to be around to witness these milestones in these cubs' lives. And we'll be looking back on these moments years from now. Just think, years from now when Hosanna is all on his own, catching his own food, living on his own and establishing his own territory. What do we think, Viam? Forward or should we stay here? I think let's stay here for now. Amazing. Now don't lose interest, mister. You've got work to do. You can't leave everything to Mom. You've done some of the dirty work. Now you've got to set about opening that carcass. And with full bellies, they're not in any kind of a hurry to actually feed off it. Keeping us guessing. It's almost like every time we get a camera on him, he moves behind a tree. That little tail twitching. Amazing. While we wait for Hosanna to move into a slightly clearer area, let's head back over to Brent so he can update you on his morning. Perhaps it's as exciting as mine.